Manpreet and I make book related videos on this channel, and today I am making a wrap up video. Now what is the wrap up video? This is a video which I do in the beginning of every month, documenting what are the books that I read in the last month and telling you guys about what I felt about them, and also trying in my weird way to make you read more books. Some of you actually tell me that you get inspired by seeing how many books other people are reading, and I actually made this channel to document my reading life, so that's what I'm doing right now. So I finished reading 7 books this month. Actually, one of them is an ebook, so you can see only 6, and actually I'm lying because one of these books I read it just now, like I finished reading it just now, and it's 4th of May when I'm making this video. So technically I read 6 books last month, but I'm gonna count 7 because... Anyway, 4 of the books that I read were fictions and 3 of the books that I read were non-fiction. And out of these, 5 books were sent to me for review and 2 of them I read by myself. So let's get started with the books that I want to talk about. I do think I have done the review of all of these books, so go check it out. I'll link them down below in the description so you can find out whether you should read that book or not. Number 1 book is Alice's Adventures in Wonderland by Lewis Carroll. Now this is a children's classic and a lot of people talk a lot about this book and they say a lot of good things about this book. But when I read it, I didn't like it much. We did a 1-hour long book discussion about why a lot of us actually didn't find it funny and meaningful and things like that. So you can watch it and yes, you can know that I gave it 2 out of 5 stars or maybe 1. Number 2 book that I read was The Rise of Sivagami, which is the book 1 in the Bahubali Before the Beginning series by Anand Neelakantan. The story is narrated, like the story has been created by S.S. Rajamouli and Bahubali. The movie is selling so well and I wish the book also sells that well because it's a good mythological, I think historical fiction, not mythological fiction. I cannot help it. The author writes brilliant mythological fiction and those are definitely better, but this one is also a great start to a series and I do feel like this will get even better in the next one, and I totally like this book and I gave it 3.5 out of 5 stars, I guess, or 4 out of 5 stars. It is a really good, interesting read, but I did have some issues with it, which you can check in my book review. Third book which I read was an ebook, which was The Linchpin by Neeraj Ashok. Now this was a novella, a political fiction novella, and I truly liked it. I really liked the beginning of the book and after that it was okay, but overall I really liked this book and gave it 3 out of 5 stars. The fourth book that I finished reading in the last month is Corsana by Charles Wellington. It's again book 1 of a series and it's a fantasy series, but it's a very nice original sounding book which I truly loved. I think I gave it 4 out of 5 stars and I would really like you guys to read it and discuss about it with me because it has a lot of action adventure in it and it also has emotions in it which I truly love. The rest 3 books that I read last month were non-fictions. Now, to be honest, this month I thought it was an overdose of non-fiction, but in the end I really liked it, but I would really like that from next month I would read only 2 non-fictions, 1 self-help and rest of the fictions. I would try to do that, but anyway, let me show you the books which I read. All of them were sent to me by Notion Press. The Great Indian Obsession by Aditya Iyer. Now this book was about engineering and I totally loved it. I told you guys I read this book in 1 sitting and I would urge everybody in India to read this book. Even if you are not from an engineering field, even if you have nothing to do with engineering, you would still enjoy all the facts and all the, curious and nice things about this whole engineering thing in the country, and I think you would really enjoy it, so go and read it. The second last book that I read was the first book by Kiruba Shankar. Now it's a guide on how to write your first book, and to be honest guys, this is an announcement for me to start a book writing series on this channel as well because yeah, after reading this book, I feel like I am somewhat ready to write my own book. I have this structure in my mind because, this book really cleared some of my thoughts, and wait for that book writing series videos, okay? By the way, I gave it I think 4 out of 5 stars or 3.5 out of 5 stars, but it's a really good book. If you want to be a writer, go and read it. I think I didn't tell the rating of the Great Indian Obsession, but isn't it obvious? I gave it 5 out of 5 stars. 4.5. And the last book that I finished reading, which I actually did in this month, but I am including it in the wrap of the last month. It's The Wasted in Engineering by Prabhu Swaminathan. Now guys, this was a reread. Now if you know this was a reread, you would know that I really liked the book the first time. And now I was reading it once again and I thoroughly loved it. To be honest, I read it a long time back and I didn't read my own review, which is up on my blog already from the last time, just to make sure that I have original thoughts about this book once again, and I did have some new thoughts about it. Last time I thought this book is a great guide for the people who are like feeling clueless after engineering, or who are about to do engineering, especially because they'll have a lot of doubts cleared right then and it would be perfect for them. But this time I also felt like some of the people who are actually struggling with the people who are struggling after doing engineering will actually feel this book as a guide, because it really helps you out and it really picks up some great and very thoughtful points about India's education system and the plight of engineering colleges in India. And at a point in this book I felt like I need to ask our Prime Minister to read this book, because yeah, this book is something. Some sections of this book are so nice and some so thoughtful, and big people who can actually make a change should be reading such a book and actually picking up those points. So I really felt like that about this book. So I gave it 4 out of 5 stars. I truly loved this book. And yes, now I have to pick up all the books again. I'm already tired. Yes guys, these are all the books that I read last month. I really want to know which are the books you read last month, and if you are planning to pick up any of these books in this month, do let me know in the comments down below. I'll be waiting for your comments. Thank you so much for watching this video, and I do not know why I'm speaking like this, but I don't know, I'm so thirsty. I don't know why, but thank you so much for watching this video, and if you did like it, hit thumbs up and subscribe if you haven't already, and also share this video. If you really like my videos, do share them. Help me grow this channel. Anyway, thank you so much for watching this video. This is Manfi signing off. I'll be back with another video very soon.